Hello, welcome again. So now we are at the last video where we are assembling all the pages in under the one directory and we'll make the final project. So now I'm moving on slides here. So right now we were creating the final product. So assembling all the pages in one. So I'm just showing you. I'm downloading some few pages from very popular websites like ColorLib. So you can go on the colorlib.com for UI cookies, and you can download some very beautiful animated pages, right? So one of the page I already downloaded from ColorLib, and it is keeping in one of the folder here, right? And I do some changes in this page, so that it could be so I can frame it out according to my product. So I'm just showing some very basic code of this. The file name is index.html, so you can see it here. So I'm just putting some changes. The first is just find out the form tag. So once I click on this submit button, so the data will be fetched or will be stored on the someone of the page that is called the. So I'm creating a load data.jsp. So it's means whatever values I'm feeding it here, once I click on the submit button, so all the values will be can be accessible on this particular page, that is keeping under the test.jsp, that is my complete application name, and under there is a JSP page, that is load data.jsp. Right, I'm putting this method is get. You can convert it into the post also. So we have two options for showing the data once it is transferring from one page to another page, right? So I'm just giving changes here. So the first change is there. So here it making a one text field, that is so I'm just giving some name, so that with the help of the request.calculate parameter I can access the details, so whatever the user provided there. So I'm just including one name equals to double quotes under any name. You can give any name. So for the example, I'm just using T name. Similarly for the emails also, right? So there is a input type, right? So I'm just putting extra name equals to e name. Similarly, I'm just including for the contact number also, I'm using name attribute. Similarly for the city, I'm including one more attribute, name as attribute, and the value of the attribute name attribute is city name, right? So once I click on this button, so it will redirect me onto the load.jsp. So you can see it here. So this is the actual code of the load.jsp. So load.jsp, actually I'm just retrieving this value and try to store these value into the database. So later on I will show you the table, the format of the architecture of the table. So here I'm just retrieving all the values. So you can see we have already taken the name of the text input is T name, E name, C name, city name according to the last HTML pages. Very basic HTML page we have taken just before few seconds back, right? So I'm just taking these and storing into the some of the specific string objects, right? Now I'm creating a one connection, SQL object connection. So this is the connection driver name, and for this I need to import the java.sql, so that the specific SQL classes and packages should be enabled, right? So similarly I'm just creating a connection. So connection is in class, the con is your object, and driver manager.get connection. So this is actually the name of my, this is actually my name of the MySQL is hosted on localhost 3306 is the port number, and while it is the database name, so I am taking it the myweb is my database name, right? I'm still creating a one statement. Now this is a very important phase, so I'm just taking int. So right now it is int I equals to statement. So it is a statement to class, the object of the statement class dot execute update. So for updating the database we need to call the execute update. So this is the actual command. So insert into info. Actually info is my table name. So I will just give me a very 1 minute. I will show you the actual structure of my data of my table, that is name is the info. So here in the info there is the username em, that is the attribute name which is storing the email and the contact number and for city name, and I'm just giving the values. So I'm just giving the values because it's these are the string value. So for keeping these values, how we can write these values, I'm just, for example, I'm just giving this. So first press a single quote, right, then double quote plus, and then you can take the name of the particular. So again, double quote, should be included by the single quotes, double quotes, plus then your variable name, and ended by the plus double quote single quote, right? Similarly. So now once it is executed, right, so you will be redirected back to the login page, right? Now in the login page, so I'm just showing you how, so I'm just calling a one simple page that is very successful. So I'm just giving some names, like suppose it's a Mohan, and the email ID of the Mohan at the rate yahoo.com, right? And the contact number is, let's suppose it is right? And the city is, let's suppose it is Delhi, right? So I'm just submitting this button. So once all the data will be correct, so it will be correctly stored into the database. Now I'm showing the structure of the table. So again, so once your server is ready, your MySQL is ready, just click on this cell. So once you click on this cell, this will be opened, right? Now again, you need to log in it with the MySQL and -h localhost -u root through this root. Now open use database. So we have used the database. So database name was the MyWeb, right? So I already used this MyWeb. Yes, use MyWeb, right? So here I'm just creating a one table. So just please note down this table structure. So it is very important. So I'm creating a one table is here. So table name is create table. The name of the table is info. So so it's having ID. So I'm maintaining one ID. I'm giving one ID to each and every user who will fill this particular form. So I will show some form. So once corresponding to every entry, it will generate a one auto incremented number. So it start with the 1 and it will be incremented every time once the entry will be entered into the database, right? So I'm just keeping the username. So username is a variable character, 20 characters long, and right, then we have an email. So I'm giving a very simple attribute, that is em varchar 20. For contact number, I'm giving the C name. You can take contact number also, city name, right? So just enter, right? Now once so this is the actual structure of my table, right? Now you can see. So once the user click on the submit button, so this particular load.jsp will be invoked, and this insert query will be invoked up immediately. So you can see here username, em, cname, and city name. So you can raise the problem, you can raise the issues like why I'm not giving the SID, because according to the Megabyte database, it's having 5 attributes. So SID, username, em, cname, and city name, while I'm just giving only the 4. So username, em, cname, because this SID is auto incremented. So it will always be started with the 1 value, and every time it will be incremented. So no need to give them the actual value. So it will take immediate from the system, right? So once it is now, according to my previous video, so that time we have implemented a one login page. So in that case, I'm just implementing I'm giving some good presentation to this login page. So again, it is simple. So I'm just giving email, right? So already I have created a one database, right? So I'm just showing you, actually this page name is login.jsp. So you can see it here. Now I'm already downloaded this from the color lib. So it is a very interactive page. I'm just putting this again, I'm changing this. I'm putting the action and the method, and you can see it here. So once I click it on these buttons, once I click on the login button, so it will transfer all the data it's been containing by this email, and the password will be sent to the index.jsp. It's me. Once I click it on, so I need to check the code of the index.jsp. So you can see it here, index.jsp is here, right? So again, using the SQL classes, I'm just using the package as java.sql. So it is very important. Then you can see that it is very common. Every time we will use when we either we execute the query, either we execute update query, right? So under the MyWeb is my database name. I'm creating a statement, right? Prepared statement. It is actually very similar to my previous video, but only the presentation of the HTML page is different, right? So you can take its name and passwords. Once if I click it on, so this particular variable of boolean variable will be either it will be converted if this particular entries means if I'm passing the email correct email and correct password, so the boolean will be converted, will be changed. So if it is changed, so we will redirect to the main page. And once we redirect to the main page, otherwise we will redirect back to the login.jsp. You can see, right? So I'm just giving, so actually this data is Naveen, right? I have created one user and password. So password is 1234. You can convert it. So yes, you can see it here. Welcome username. So actually you can see it here. The last entry is immediately just 2 or 3 minutes back it was updated, right? Even you can update this with the help of the pages. So right, I'm showing you here. So I'm created a one very basic HTML and just put in some changes, right? I'm just entering some name. Let's suppose it is Kanika, mail is kn.@wipro.com, contact number, and the city is like Hyderabad, right? Once I'm submitted it, right, so data will be, so wait, yes, data is loaded, successfully loaded. Again we can move back, so but we didn't find it, so again we need to, right, so there is a button of sign out. You can click it on, again login with the similar credentials 1 2 3 4. Yes, you will be redirected to, you can see that Kanika and the Hyderabad. So now I'm just showing you the content of this page. This is the main page.jsp. so you can see it here. So because of if the connection is ready, if the connection is available, if it is not available, you will be redirected to the login page. If it is not available, if it is available, sorry, so it will print some things. A welcome user, your name, it will print your password. So here it is a code for the the classes. So I'm creating a one class statement and just using select star from info, and you can see for printing the output I'm just putting it into under the while loop. And here I'm using for integer value, I can use the result set, the object of the result set, that is the rs.getInteger set, rs.getInteger username, rs.getString, em, cm, and city name. And these are actual attribute which is we have already taken in my table of info, right? So all this value will be stored into the and will be displayed over through the main page, right? So I hope this web series will be beneficial for you, and with the help of relevant content provided during this 8 to 9 videos of this series, now you can create some innovative projects. And definitely, if in future if you have any problem, you can drop a mail which is given on the screen. That's naveen.chauhan naveen.chauhan @kiet.edu, right? So thank you everyone.